Hey, beautiful people. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you all. It is Talk It Out Tuesday. I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. Yes, your marriage communication coach, here to support you in bridging the communication gap in your marriage, 7 years plus. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's get this party started. It is a beautiful day here in the A. I pray that I know some states have had the storms or whatnot, so I pray that you are safe and you know, uh, I won't say enjoying the storm, but just be safe, okay? So it is a beautiful, sunny, hot day here in the A, but I mean that's summertime. That's the ATL summertime, right? It's supposed to be hot. So listen, I am your girl, Coach TaShon, and I am here to provide you with some tips and strategies on bridging the communication gap in your marriage. Now, this month this is day 6, you guys, day 6 of our 31-day journey, 31-day journey in bridging the communication gap. And this month we're talking about conflict resolution in your marriage, right? Conflict resolution. So this is day 6. Wow, it's already moving, right? So by this time, I gave you all some time last week to go ahead and get you a journal from the dollar store so you can take some notes. This one is just an online journal. I have so many of them, but to take notes, you can just get you a simple journal from the dollar store and a pen or a pencil and take down these notes, okay? If you all are just joining me, hey, 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 I may not be able to wave to everybody, but thank you all so much for joining me on this Talk It Out Tuesday. So listen, we are understanding conflict. We're going to look at understanding conflict in our marriage, 7 years plus. And I have my lesson plan in front of me. So you know how I do. So listen, we're going to this is our first week, right? Really? Our first week. No, yeah, our first full week in August. And we are going to discuss expressing our feelings clearly, respecting differences, creating techniques for managing conflict, avoiding the blame game, and finding common ground to help resolve conflicts faster. These are simple and attainable strategies and steps to bridge the communication gap. Because what I tell you, I don't like stress, right? So I'm definitely not going to stress you out. All right. That's not what coaching is all about. We're not here to stress you. We're here to support you. Okay. This is what we do. We are here to support you. And if you are ready, absolutely for sure, you know that you are ready for some coaching, for TLC's coaching. I have a dynamic offer that is going on. Click the link, iamtrinetteLcollier.com/coaching. It'll take you straight to the TLC Coaching Package, which is only $777 for seven transformative sessions with me. Okay. And if you're still not sure about it, go ahead and click the link to iamtrinetteLcollier.com for a clarity call so that we can connect and see if it's a good fit or not. Okay. But either way, I need you to go ahead and click and so we can get you started. All right. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Let's talk about respecting differences, right, in our marriage. Yes, you've been married for 7 years plus. And, as I always tell you, sometimes people feel they get fearful when the communication starts to break down, right? You're like, oh, he's not talking to me like we used to. We're not talking like we used to back in the day. Or your husband may be like, oh, she don't have anything to say to me. What's going on? And then you start to feel some kind of way, right? Your marriage is not over, good people. It's not over. Trust me, it's not over. Sometimes, again, communication gaps happen because things in life is, we always say life has been lifing. Well, guess what? Life has been life, and for a lot of couples, especially in the last 5 years, y'all, we are still recouping from the pandemic. And so what has happened has been like the changes. We have not stopped to think about the changes that have affected our marriage, our personal life, everything. We just got right back into it. So that was a huge change for a lot of us, especially married couples, right? So it just, again, it affected your communication, but your marriage is not over. It just needs a little tweaking, retweaking, revisiting and all of that, monitoring, adjusting. And that's why I'm here for you as your coach, as your marriage communication coach. I'm here to support you. Okay. So that's why I say get your pen or a pen and pad, and take down these notes. Okay. So respecting differences. Oftentimes we're in our relationships, in our marriage, and our partners may have a difference of opinion, may have a difference in conversation, and sometimes that could be a trigger for us if we are not sure on how to communicate. And I'm one, I will admit, I used to be like that, right? Because I'm like, why can't he see, or why is he thinking different, or why is he saying that differently? But guess what? It's okay. It's okay for you both to think differently in your conversation. Okay, it's okay to disagree in your conversation, but there's always a respectable way to do that. And that's what we have to get back to, that culture conversation between you and your spouse. That whole fussing and cussing and getting mad at each other and all of that kind of stuff, that's crap, and it shouldn't happen. Keep it real. We should not be cussing out our partners. We should not be having derogatory conversations, like name calling. Your conversation should not lead you into a fight. Let's keep it 100. It should not lead you into a fight. And if it does get to that point, that means you and your spouse, it's time to seek professional marriage counseling, marriage therapy. When it gets to that point where you're having a conversation and it leads into a fight, physically or verbally, there is something deeper than that. Okay. So I'm just your marriage communication coach, here to give you some steps so that you will not get to that point. Right. Because again, we can bridge the communication gap in our marriage. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. I kid you not, it's not hard. Even, yes, after 7 years plus of being married. Okay. So listen, number one, respecting differences. Here you go. Ready? When you're respecting differences, think about celebrating the uniqueness of your marriage, of your partner. Embrace the differences that make each of you unique. Remember, it's these very traits that drew you to each other in the first place. Celebrating individuality strengthens your bond and keeps the relationship dynamic. Y'all, I'm reading from my lesson plan. I'm in denial. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and put on my reading glasses. Yeah. So celebrate the uniqueness in your relationship. That's the beauty of your spouse. You're going to be different. Even though some people may we're the same, but you're still different. You were raised differently. You spent the majority of your time with each other, but you were raised differently, right? And so, of course, your communication styles are going to be different, and it's okay. It is okay. Trust me, y'all, it's okay. Okay. So celebrate that uniqueness. I celebrate my handsome honey's unique style, communication style, because we are totally different, right? And I have to respect that. And we learn from each other. And it's good. You have to respect your partner's communication style. Okay. Number two, communicate openly, meaning just openly have honest communication about your differences. And because it is essential, you have to let each other know, like, hey, I don't really talk or communicate like you do. However, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to, let's talk about this thing, right? Discussing your perspectives and listening to your partner fosters understanding and respect, helping you to navigate any challenges together. This helps with that conflict resolution. This helps with that. It supports it. Because again, your conversation should not lead into fussing and fighting and cussing each other out. That's not normal. Let me take off my glass and let me tell y'all, it is not normal. It's unhealthy. If you cannot talk to your spouse that you've been married to 7 years plus with decency and respect, that's not normal. And I don't know who's telling folks this, but it's nothing cute about talking to each other in such a mean and hateful way, right? Cut it out. Cut it out. All right. Number 3, find that common ground. Basically, while differences are inevitable, y'all know what I'm saying. Finding common ground is crucial. It is crucial. Focus on shared goals and interests to create a solid foundation that supports your individuality while promoting unity. Again, you can be different, but find that common ground. Find that common ground, you guys. It's easy. Y'all been married 7 years plus. There is a common ground. Sometimes you just have to step back and like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I understand what he's saying, or I understand what she's saying. And listen, before anybody say, oh, that's white people stuff. No, it's not. Communication is communication. And it can become your norm in your household. You can do it in your tone. You understand what I'm saying? You can communicate in your tone. It's just how you communicating and what you're saying to each other. That's it. I'm trying to tell you. Number 4, practice empathy. This goes to put yourself in your partner's shoes to understand their viewpoint. Empathy helps you to appreciate their perspectives, okay, leading to more compassionate and respectful interactions. So whatever the conversation, sometimes your spouse does not understand how you feel. They will not sometimes, but it's okay for you to break that down for them and explain how you're feeling in that respectable manner. You don't have to yell at your husband and be like, you should understand, da, da, da. Let me tell you, sometimes you don't understand what your partner is trying to say or really trying to get across to you. So it's okay to break it down. As a former educator, this is what I would have to do to my students in the classroom, right? I would have to break it down so they were able to comprehend. I wanted to set them up I didn't want to set them up for failure, right? I wanted them to excel. So guess what? I would do my part to break it down for them. If they didn't understand anything, I would break it down. And by the end of that lesson, it's like, oh, okay. Same thing in your marriage, you guys. Do the same thing. Now, I'm not telling you to do elementary. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is break those feelings down. Break the communication down so that both of you all can comprehend it. Comprehend it. Ladies, I'm using me as an example. At one time, it's like, hey, I'm not really feeling well. I am cramping real bad. My husband don't know anything about cramps. We're expecting our husbands to understand our cycles and things that are happening to females, to women. They don't understand that, right? So you have to break that down to them so they can understand. Like, it feels like a ton of bricks just hit my stomach. It's okay. Get back to the basics of your conversation, of you communicating with your spouse. Okay? Find that common ground. Does it make any sense? All right. Number 5, grow together. Use your differences as opportunities for growth. Y'all, for growth. Learn from each other, adapt and evolve together. Embracing change and diversity within your relationship keeps it fresh and enriching. Do not, again, dismiss the differences in your marriage when you're talking to each other. Do not embrace them. It's okay to be different while you're talking to each other. I kid you not. All right? Seriously, y'all. Seriously. It's not stressful. Do not stress this communication. Do not. I'm trying to tell y'all. So listen, here's your next action step for tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not when you get mad and you want to pick it up and take it off the shelf. But today, this is what I want you to do. You're going to share a quality you love about your spouse that's different from you. And then you're going to celebrate that difference that you appreciate in your spouse. I told you, I don't like to stress you. I'm going to make it as fun as possible for you. You're going to celebrate your spouse's difference. Like I tell Handsome Honey, I'm like, I thank you for being firm with me on some conversations because I really did not see, right, what he was trying to tell me. So I had to teach him, hey, it's okay to break it down to me. I know you're not trying to dismiss me or anything like that. Tell me what you see that I don't see. And it helps because, again, he has a set of ears and eyes that on situations, I trust him to tell me, hey, that may not be a good deal or X, Y, and Z. So instead of me, don't tell me what to do, I got it, going off, not listening to my spouse, it has saved me. And it's okay because his communication style helped me in the long run. It was different. It was not like mine, and vice versa. So I celebrate that with him and I tell him thank you. So that's all you're going to do. You're going to find that difference in your spouse when you're communicating, and you're going to tell your spouse thank you. You're going to celebrate somehow. You know I'm all about celebrations. Okay? So that's what you're going to do today. And remember, in order to bridge the communication gap, you guys, you have to be willing to do the work. Coaches can't do it all for you. You have to do the work. We have to do this thing together. And even if your spouse is not quite on board, you continue to be consistent in the daily practices. You can't pick it up after weeks or 2 weeks or a month or when you get mad and frustrated. You have to practice these daily. Okay? So that's why it's important to follow me daily for your tips and strategies and your steps. Here on IG and on Facebook and YouTube. My YouTube is not up tonight for some reason. I got to get everything together. I don't know, y'all. The YouTube, but definitely here on IG and Facebook at IamTrinetteLCollier.com. All right. So make sure, and again, if you are ready to take that next step, and you just for sure it's like, hey, I want to go ahead and book you, click the link, IamTrinetteLCollier.com/coaching. It'll take you straight to the TLC coaching offer. And if you're not sure, you're like, I still want to talk to her, go ahead and click on IamTrinetteLCollier.com for a clarity call. And let's see if we're a good fit. All right. So again, some great benefits, you guys. You get this interactive workshop, which is the TLC Dream Board Experience. Woo! I love that activity, and you will too. You will too. So that's all included with the continuous support. That's all included with your package. And of course, it is a personalized, customized, tailored just for you and your boo. So you're not going to get the same package as me and Chef. You're not. I'm going to tailor it just for you. Okay? For you and your boo. So if you are ready to take the next steps, go ahead and contact with me. And as always, I thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to IamTrinetteLCollier.com, and so you will receive the emails. Not a lot. I don't do a lot of emails, but the newsletters. And subscribe to the website so you can connect on there with the blogs and other information, and the YouTube as well. Okay. So again, thank you so much. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and live it up with your boo. Go on in there. You never know what these activities will turn into. I'm trying to tell you. You married, they turn into something. Trust me, I know. I do. That's why I'm your communication coach, your marriage communication coach. All right. So until next time, you guys, I love you all. Enjoy and just be blessed. Okay. I'm saying hey to everybody. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Let me go back up. What if your partner don't want things to work out? What do I do in a situation like that? Great question. So if you are in one of those situations, I suggest that you, you try to connect with a marriage therapist or counselor, because there is something else that is there that's blocking. So if your partner is not willing to work it out, then you would definitely need to talk with a counselor, a therapist for that situation. Okay, I hope it does work out, but again, that will be for a counselor to help you with that, because that means there's a deeper issue. Okay, so I hope that helps you. And if not, continue to stay, connect with me, and let's see if anything I share could help as well. Okay, to support you. Thank you all so much again for joining me. And if you have any questions or, comments or whatnot, I'll let you slide into my DM. Okay? If you have a question that you don't want to ask in public, that's fine. And let's see what we can do. Because again, marriages are beautiful, you guys. Marriage is beautiful. You have your challenges. You will have your challenges. It is not all Instagram pretty. You will have your challenges, but sometimes the communication gap widens, but it does not mean your relationship is over. Just needs a little revisiting, right? Just a little monitoring, adjusting. That's it. That's all. Okay? So I am here for you all. Again, thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow on Facebook. All right? On Facebook around 6:30. Okay? So be careful, be safe. Love you all. Peace.